Hi, I'm Keef. I run sales enablement for Skybox Security. Here's a demonstration video covering security metrics using vulnerability control. The security metrics prioritization system is based on grouping hosts together into business units and business asset groups. Multiple trees can be created, giving the organization flexibility in how they can view vulnerabilities. The primary security metric is vulnerability density. This measures the average number and severity of vulnerabilities on hosts in a given exploitability group. It's a metric that makes it possible to compare groups with vastly different numbers of assets and get an idea of which group has the bigger problem. As we see on this screen, without a business unit tree, vulnerabilities are still prioritized into three groups based on exploitability. However, we have no additional context to base remediation on. When we create a business unit and asset group tree, we gain the ability to compare different groups of assets against each other and understand where our hotspots are. Let's go make some groups. We'll do this through the Model tab in the lower left-hand corner. Let's create 3 business units and a business asset group to get our tree started. We'll start by right-clicking on Business Units and Asset Groups and choosing New Business Unit. Once we've typed the name, we'll just say OK to save it. We'll do this a couple more times. Excellent. Now we have 3 business units created. Let's create a business asset group. Once we've given it a name, we'll choose the members or the assets that will go in this group. There are several ways to add assets. They can be added via the Network Scope button, or if there's a common naming convention, the Asset Name field supports wildcards. We'll just pick some servers from the Network Scope dialog. Now we'll click OK to save. If I open up Asia Pac Operations and choose Regional Servers, I can see my members over here. I'll load up a model that's a little more complete now. Here's the stock demo model. We can see several business units and asset groups have been created. Now when we run the security metrics task, we'll see more information back on the main screen. Let's go over to the operational console now. Now we'll run the Analysis Security Metrics task. This will calculate the security metrics for all those business units and asset groups. There we go. All done. It only took about 30 seconds. Let's go back to the main screen now. On the right-hand side, we now see our tree structure providing more context about our vulnerabilities. We can click through each of the groups of vulnerabilities and see where the hotspots are for each exploitability group. We're looking at the overall vulnerability level, or vulnerability density for the organization. This can be changed by right-clicking on the organization, choosing Select Security Metric, and then picking the security metric you want to look at. On the right-hand side now, at first glance we can see that of the top 3 business units, Europe and US are giving us the most trouble, with scores of 99 and 100, while APAC is coming in at only 43. If we double-click on Europe, we can get a clearer picture of where the problem is. Here in Europe, we can see that our back-end finance and payment servers aren't contributing to our vulnerability score for this exploitability group. The problem is in the development machines. Let's drill down a bit further. Now we're in the deployment business asset group. On the right-hand side, we see the top vulnerability definitions that are contributing to our high score. Let's click the View All link for more information. Here we see 3 vulnerability definitions that all exist on 77 assets. Remediating these vulnerabilities will go a long way to improving our overall vulnerability level score for the whole organization. By clicking on a definition, we can see additional details, including all the vulnerability occurrences in the bottom pane. Security metrics can also be focused in on specific products or vulnerability types. They can also be seen as security bulletins instead of vulnerabilities for organizations that like to look at patches as opposed to vulnerabilities. In summary, security metrics provide a valuable prioritization method that enables an organization to quickly focus in on hotspots. This ensures remediation teams are efficient and working on the greatest risk threats. Thank you for watching this video on security metrics. Please visit our website for additional videos and resources.